Those from Lee's and everything else.
Absolutely. Do you think,
Steichen or whatever his name is.
or the team captain, who was the one doing it?
Yeah, the team captain.
Officer Mears?
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
good.
good
How are you?
evening, everyone. All right, it is 5 o'clock, December 16th, 2024, and it's time to get the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting called to order. Ms. Jones, roll call, please.
Mayor Barnett,
Present.
Mr. Austin.
Here.
Ms. Gross.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Please stand for the pledge. Is there any announcements or public comments that does not pertain to something on the agenda? Hearing none, we will close the public comment section. Consent agenda.
Move to approve the minutes from December 2nd Board of Works meetings and also the approval of claims.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There isn't any old business. We'll go right into new business. Request renewal of Dark Track Network Cybersecurity Platform, Director of Technology, Rick Littleton.
Yes, Mayor. Dark Trace, like it says, it's a cybersecurity platform. It's one of the tools in our toolbox that we use for network intrusion, monitoring, and detection and protection. So we're ending a 36-month agreement at the end of January. So this is the renewal for an additional 36 months. It's this agreement has previously been reviewed by legal, and so
Hence
I'm-
me getting my eyeglasses out. Thank you very much.
Yes, yeah. So, and this is appropriated for as well. So I'm just requesting renewal of the agreement and authorizing the mayor to sign on behalf of the board.
Okay, Rick, I just got one question. Does the school do this one too, since we work
Yes,
with the school?
yes, they do.
Okay.
Actually, we began down this path at the same time. We negotiated and these originally, and again, these renewals have been renegotiated together.
Okay, thank you.
Rick, I just got one question. As far as the price is concerned, there was a significant increase, or did it stay the same from the 36-month prior?
This is about a 4.5% increase.
Okay,
4.5? Yeah, okay.
4.5%.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Move to approve the renewal of Dark Trace Network's cybersecurity platform for a period of 3 years.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item, request approval of the TASER 10 quote, Police Chief Kirby Cochran.
Thank you, Mayor. The short version is that we are currently carrying tasers with the police department. We just learned of a double price increase. The problem for us is that once these tasers that we're currently carrying need repaired or any parts for them, they're not going to make them anymore. So we're kind of in a corner here. We need to do something with it. So Deputy Chief Summers did a little research and was able to reach out to Axon, and they've offered to allow us to keep, basically they're going to save us $47,000 up front if we go ahead and sign a new contract for the new upgraded taser in advance. And what that looks like on paper is next year in 2025, we've already budgeted that money to make that payment, so we're not going to be able, we're not going to ask, I should say, for any more money in the next year's budget. The following year, it will impact us because it's going to virtually double. Having said that, we're going to be in a situation where if we don't replace them now and take this $47,000 savings, the current equipment we have is going to be obsolete. We're not going to have tasers. I've been asked the same question several times. Axon is a big company, if anybody's done any research on it. They typically buy out any company that decides they want to make a taser or any device similar. They go out and purchase them, so they definitely have the market. We also, once we got the contract from Axon, we sent that to Lynn, and she reviewed it, and I'm not sure if you want to speak on that or not, Lynn.
I can. The existing contract, Deputy Chief, expires when? Next spring, isn't it? Is it 20? And it's a. And thank you. I reviewed it and compared it to the one we previously had, and it's substantially the same. To the extent with regard to bidding, because Deputy Chief and Chief reached out to me just a couple of weeks ago and said, we'd like to expedite this if we can, given the circumstances and the issues that we would have, because they will be obsolete. And they probably won't service them. So in digging into it, it's basically a sole source contract, and it will be substantial savings. So there was no additional bidding because there isn't anybody to bid on them. So we are permitted to do so if we wish to do so and approve them. But the contract itself, from a legal analysis, is virtually identical to what we had before. And there's been no problems with that.
Yeah, and one other thing I would add, that by looking at the life of the contract, another 5-year contract, it actually becomes, based on the discounts they were giving us, $80,000 savings over the term of the contract. So pretty substantial for us.
Chief, got a question. With this new product and technology changing every day, obviously, and I assume the tasers are upgraded and that with newer technology, do they come in and train your people and you train? Does that come with, say, 3 training sessions, 5 training sessions?
Yeah, go ahead.
TASER will send a representative out for a day of training for us to train our trainers,
Okay.
and then we'll just have annual certification through our trainers.
Okay, and then also, if and when one of these breaks or has issues, then obviously they have a new replacement program and.
Yeah, these are under warranty, and then to piggyback on that training, we received these new TASER 10s, I don't know, several months back, so we've been able to get them in our hands
see.
and test fire, and we've
see.
already done all that.
I see, okay, thank you.
And they are fully warranted at this point with the new contract.
If anything happens to them, we replace them.
Fair enough.
Just
I assumed so, but had to ask. Thank you.
Is the annual recertification a requirement of like Indiana code, or is this something Axon requires?
The recertification on the TASER,
Yes.
I think the answer to your question is, each year we do train, and it is part of our required training.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's why they wouldn't let me do one. I wanted to be trained too, but they wouldn't allow me.
I'm sure you can volunteer to get shot.
They wanted to use me for the dummy.
All right. I will move to approve the TASER 10 quote as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Next item, request acceptance of quotes for the City Hall flooring. Chief of Staff, Tara Payne.
Sorry, I'm wearing a couple hats here. So I'm pulling this up for everybody. Okay, before you, you have 2 quotes. One is vendor 1, that's Burton's floor covering. That's in the amount of $45,966.73. Vendor 2's $47,999.47. I don't think I read that right. And then vendor 3 declined. So this is kind of cut and dry. We are asking that Burton's be awarded the contract as they are the lowest, most responsive, and responsible bidder.
Did you pick out a nice color?
I tried my hardest. I am not an interior designer. It was like the hardest decision I've made,
Wow.
but yes.
Make you dizzy and want to fall over.
Thank you. Absolutely.
It's not like
It was a lot. It was
It's
a
not
lot.
like a Vegas showroom.
It was a lot, but
And it was
we
two,
had multiple people weigh in on it, and yeah.
and just for the record, I think the City Hall, Kenny, you was around 2008 or 9 that we moved in here, so, it's
I spoke with Joanna earlier. We think it was 2001,
2001.
the last time the carpet was
Because
replaced.
that
in
carpet
Florence.
was there when the city bought it, when, I remember touring the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
it's 23
So
years
it's
old.
time. Yeah.
So if you don't like the carpet here, get with all the ladies that work in this building and,
I know. It was a hard decision.
yeah, so, okay, I'm good with it if everybody else is.
I'll move to approve the awarding of the flooring and carpeting contract to Burton's Flooring as the lowest, most responsive, and responsible vendor.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Tara. Next item, request approval and execution of change order number 2 for the Graham Road and Earlywood Drive intersection improvements project. City Engineer Mark Richards.
Yes, thank you. This is change order number 2 for the project. It's in the amount of $6,096. The original awarded project amount was $2,939,700. Change order number 1 increased that amount to $2,942,450. So the revised project amount, should this change order be approved, will be $2,948,546. That is an increase of roughly 0.2%. The change order was needed because the sanitary force main extension that was done under a separate project included extending a force main stub from a terminating manhole across Earlywood Drive that would serve the Cold Summit project, which has not materialized. We, rather than close Earlywood Drive twice, at 2 different times, once for the sanitary extension, the next time for the actual road construction, we decided to wait and do it under this O'Mara contract so that we would only have to close the road one time. Sorry.
And Mark, I want to add again, that roundabout did not cost $2.9 million. That is for 2 different roundabouts. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that.
Yeah, the 2 roundabouts were bid under the same projects, so we could realize some savings on mobilization, demobilization, and maintenance of traffic costs to the city. So that's why the actual costs are roughly about $1.5 million per roundabout.
Just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Move to approve and execute change order 2 for $6,096 for the Graham Road and Earlywood Drive intersection improvements project.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item, request approval and execution of change order 4 and 5 for the East Jefferson Street Sidewalk Project. City Engineer Mark Richards.
Thank you. The change order number 4 is a sanitary sewer service line adjustment. We found some conflicts between the sewer lines and the storm sewer that was being installed. We couldn't adjust the storm sewer, so we determined that the best option would be to adjust the sanitary sewer laterals. That was done at a cost of $3,952.04. The original contract amount was $1,151,940.65. This is about 0.3% change order amount. The final modified contract amount after change order 4 is $1,160,420.36. The reason that we did not have information on the sewer laterals is those are private infrastructure. It's not anything that we have the ability to get the information on until after the excavation is done. It's something you just have to, kind of adjust on the fly in the field. Change order number 5 is for an additional mobilization and demobilization for the contractor to pour a driveway approach. During the pre-final inspection, we determined that there was a driveway approach that would not adequately serve as a sidewalk crossing because of spalling on the concrete. So we made the determination that we needed to replace that. We do have a cost in the contract for doing that, but the contractor requested this additional mob, demob in the amount of $650. That is about 0.06% of the contract price. The modified contract amount after this and all the other change orders is after this change order is $1,157,118.32. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
So Mark, this one here, again, just to make people aware, a lot of that price is a grant that we got from the state.
Yeah, the total amount, total investment by the city is roughly $50,000 out of the 1.15 million. So the bulk of it is a grant. I can also tell you that based on preliminary adjustments to the contract amount for the final change order that's adjusted based on quantities, we're gonna come in, I think between $30,000 and $40,000 below the contract amount. So these change orders, we're not gonna have to pay any additional over and above what we've already paid. We're likely to get a refund on some of the local match that we've paid.
10 years from now, right?
That's right.
Maybe, yeah, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Move to approve and execute change orders 4 and 5 for the East Jefferson Street sidewalk project.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item, request approval of change order number 8 for the Active Adult Center project, City Engineer Mark Richards.
Okay, this is a change order for connecting downspouts to the underground storm drainage system at the Active Adult Center. This was requested after, I believe, the Parks Department expressed a concern about potential freezing of drainage from the downspouts during the wintertime and maybe causing some slip hazards. The amount of the change order is $4,239.80. The original contract price is $4,744,616. After adding this change order in, if approved, plus the other 7 change orders to date, that brings the contract price to $4,938,581.45. This change order is 0.09% of the original contract price. So we're still well within our 20% limit. Be happy to answer any, also authorize, like that, request that you authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf.
Okay, and again, with this project, I'd just like to brag on the grants. So we do have a grant for $750,000 for this almost $5 million project. So.
And I did provide Dana today with the, an invoice that will allow reimbursement of that full $750,000 with that one invoice.
Okay, thank you.
Move to approve change order 8 for $4,239.40 for the Active Adult Center project, and also authorize the mayor to sign on the board's behalf.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we're going to get a little bit of rest while Matt McElroy does his thing, so.
You guys have missed me.
Yeah.
Reading all these off.
So they request the following performance letters and credit and subdivision performance surety agreements to release for bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 1 and Sections 2. Assistant City Engineer Matt McElroy.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, this request is on behalf of Windstar Homes, requesting release of performance letters of credit and subdivision surety agreements for Section 1. Performance LOC 6297 10-3 for earthwork and erosion control, $297,840. LOC 6297-10-8 for a pond liner in the amount of $53,880. and request release of performance section 2, letter of credit 6297-20-3, earthwork and erosion control in the amount of $347,858.16. They are also requesting the following maintenance bonds and surety agreements be accepted for the Bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 1 and 2. Maintenance for Section 1, 47 SUR 300 2140110057 and 58 for earthwork and erosion control and pond liner. Earthwork and erosion control are $74,460, and pond liner is $13,470. And for maintenance of Section 2, on 47 SUR 3002140110059 for earthwork and erosion control, $86,964.54.
You aced it.
So at this time, I'm requesting that those be released and the maintenance be accepted.
Move to approve the performance letters of credit and subdivision performance surety agreements to be released for Bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 1 and 2, and also approving the subdivision maintenance bonds and surety agreements be accepted for Bluffs at Youngs Creek, Section 1 and 2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know, that has to be read into the record, and that's why we go through that long process. Okay, next item. Request acceptance of bids for Paul Hand Boulevard Roadway Improvements Project. Assistant City Engineer, Matt McElroy.
Thank you. Yes, this is for the Paul Hand Boulevard Roadway Improvements Project, and this is a project between the roundabout that was just currently built at Graham Road to the railroad tracks. Bids were accepted and opened December 3rd, 2024. We received 2 total bids. The first one, Milestone Contractors LP, in the amount of $1,494,000. And then the second one we received is from Dave O'Mara Contractor in the amount of $2,467,000. The engineer's estimate was $2,190,720.00. So at this time, we were just requesting acceptance of the bids. I think the goal is to have this awarded at the January 6th meeting. Any questions?
No, again, I just want to bring up the fact the $1.49 million, the $1.4 million project here. Malarkey, the new company that's moving to town, is giving us $2 million to pay for this project, which will cover the construction plus the soft costs as the engineering and land acquisition that we had to do. So again, we're doing pretty good there, I believe, with a new road, 3-lane road.
And your request is simply to accept the presentation of the bids, but not to award any of those bids
That's
tonight,
correct, yes.
correct?
And maybe you or Mark can mention or describe the reasoning, why so much, what the $1 million difference in the bid?
So after we had our engineer review and we internally reviewed, there is a total of 7,700 cubic yards of dirt needed for this project.
7,700.
Huh?
77 or 7,700?
7,700.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Which is quite a bit amount, and there's nowhere to get it. So we believe that Milestone might have that quantity of soil to bring to the job, where the unit cost came in much lower.
That's $1 million worth of dirt?
There's also, it was roughly about $300,000 to $400,000 difference between the bids on that item alone. But then there's also lump sum items that are very hard to track down for engineers' estimates.
Okay.
I seen that with NDOT bids that they'll bid low on unit cost, but pad their lump sum items, or vice versa.
I understand. I just wanted to clarify, and on the record, I think Tina had brought it up.
No, I like, that's good to verify that, and I will say that Milestone and O'Mara both are premier contractors.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no question. We spent a lot of money with both of them. They
If
do
it was,
good work.
if it was a contractor that we had not heard of or been around, we might look at that real hard, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable with Milestone.
Yeah, on a $2 million project, it's, or 2.4 versus 1.4, it's a significant amount. You had to
Oh,
ask.
believe me, it threw red flags up to me at first too,
Okay.
but after reviewing all the unit cost tabs and everything like that, I'm pretty comfortable with how they came forward with the contract.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Move to approve the acceptance of bids for Paul Hand Boulevard roadway improvements project.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, it's Matt again. Request the following performance bonds and subdivision performance surety agreements be accepted for Winterfield Section 1.
Thank you. It's a busy end of the year. Yeah, this is on behalf of Forestar, requesting performance bonds and subdivision performance surety agreements for Winterfield Section 1. These bonds are in, I'll just list sequence 0266195 through 201. Those include earthwork in the amount of $131,760. Plantings and mounding in the amount of $146,928. Sanitary sewers in the amount of $478,617. Storm sewer swales and under drains in the amount of $867,401.76. Streets in the amount of $1,230,429. Sidewalks in the amount of $117,784.80. And survey monuments in the amount of $22,020.
Move to approve the acceptance of the performance bonds and subdivision performance surety agreements for Winterfield Section 1 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, next item, approval and acceptance of secondary plat for Winterfield Section 1 Senior Planner Joanna Tennell.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I like it this way better. So with that, with the subdivision being almost completed, we do have the secondary plat for Winterfield Section 1 that's ready for acceptance and execution.
Any questions for Joanna?
Make a motion to approve the secondary plat for Winterfield Section 1 as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Joanna. Next item, request acceptance of quotes for the Youngs Creek Pickleball Courts Lighting Project and award of contract to Houston Electric Incorporated, Mayor's Youth Leadership Council. And I don't know if we should do this project or not, but let's hear it out.
I hope you will consider it. Hi, my name's Marnie Moore. I'm the president of the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council, and I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Taylor Trueblood, the vice president.
I'm Willa Thomas, and I manage communications. I'm Keegan Turner McQuinn, and I'm just a member. I'm Nia Hart, and I'm a member. So our main project this year is to install lights on the Youngs Creek pickleball courts. We chose this project because we found that pickleball has become very prominent in our community for everyone of all ages, including people our age, so we thought it'd be a good project for us to pursue. So we requested 3 quotes from Houston Electric, Midwest Electric, and Davis Electric. Midwest and Davis were unresponsive, but Houston Electric gave us a quote of $48,012. So we request acceptance of quotes for the Youngs Creek Pickleball Courts Lighting Project and award of contract to Houston Electric Incorporated. We found them to be the lowest, most responsive, and responsible quoter. Practice that one. Yeah, practice that one.
Learning, aren't they?
Yeah, they got it down now, I'm telling you.
And then from the Board of Works, we are requesting $48,012, but it should be less because we've raised $1,081 from the winter market and then also the pickleball tournament that we hosted, and then we're also expecting sponsorship from Duke Electric.
You mean Duke Energy?
Duke Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So let's talk about the finances of this just a little bit. Joe, do you want to talk about how the Mayor's Youth Council twisted your arm a little bit for some sponsorship?
Yeah, it was a neat project that we decided we wanted to get involved with. So basically what we did at Houston is we figured our cost on this, leaned on some of our vendors, our lighting vendors, and some subcontractors we use for excavating and boring, who are pitching in on that. So this is less than half price.
Right, and I just wanted to make sure that the public knows that with the Mayor's Youth Council, the work that they put into it to go ask for sponsorships and that sort of stuff. So, couldn't get it all, but you're working on it. Any other questions?
I have nothing.
Move to approve the acceptance of quotes for the Youngs Creek Pickleball Courts lighting project and award of contract to Houston Electric Incorporated as the lowest, most responsive, and responsible bidder.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good job.
Okay, next item, under other business, we're trying to request disposal of salvage equipment. Director of Technology, Rick Littleton.
Yes, Mayor, like previous requests, this is just salvage equipment ready for approval to be disposed of.
Move to approve the disposal of salvage equipment as listed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. I have just one question here, Rick. Whenever you do that, do you get rid of it the same place as the school, or?
Yeah.
It's at the same time as the school gets rid of their stuff as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Rick. Okay, that gets us to department reports. Who wants to start? Sally?
I'd love to, thank you. The plant is doing well, no problems over there, and that's about all I have to say. We're waiting until the new year. A lot of vacations going on, so.
Mark?
The only thing I have to report is we're down one building official as of last week. We're in the midst of doing interviews. We have, I think, we had one today, and we have 4 more scheduled the rest of the week. So we're moving toward getting that position filled as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Brett slipped out on us. Krista, do you have?
We just have a redevelopment commission meeting first thing in the morning.
Rick?
I don't have anything else, sir.
Sherry?
Just winding down with year-end State Board of Account reports, and also just getting, let me get my glasses on so I can see what I wrote. Oh, lien cycle for January is getting ready to start.
Okay. Chief Snyder?
We hired a new gentleman, Gavin Bain. He'll be here in probably the second meeting of the month in January to get sworn in.
Thank you. Chief Cochran?
Just 2 things real quick. The 7th annual toy drive we did at the police department was a huge success. We had about 150 families, several hundred kids that we were able to service, and a lot of public there came out, so it was a really good event. Appreciate the public for that. Secondly, most importantly, I want to welcome Ryan Mears to our leadership team. We'll be getting him sworn in tonight as the newly appointed captain, and we're looking forward to that, too.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Warner?
Had a really good holiday lighting. I don't know if anybody missed that. The weather was not that bad. It was actually pretty good. And I try to take pictures of the Active Adult Center almost every day because that's how fast it's changing on the inside. A lot of people don't get to see the inside of it. So just know that good progress is being made, and we have another progress meeting tomorrow. So that's all.
Thank you. Tara?
Yeah, I'd like to publicly thank all of our sponsors for our Christmas party. I'm excited to announce that we have over $10,000 worth of gifts to hand out for our city employees on Friday. And that just shows how grateful people are in our community for the hard work that everyone puts in.
Thank you. Jan?
Nothing, thank you.
Nothing? Ken?
I don't have anything, Mayor. In fact, Friday, what time and where?
Doors open at 10:30 and lunch starts at 11.
Okay, and that's at,
At the
Legends.
And we want to thank them too for donating their space.
Okay, thank you. Tina?
Just happy holidays and thanks for all your hard work in 2024.
Lynn?
Nothing, sir.
And I have nothing but to tell this crew, I really appreciate the leadership team that's up here at this counter, and they do a good job. So good luck next year, right? Last one of the year, so thank you all for what you do. Merry Christmas.
You too.
Okay.
Move to
Make a-
approve.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Yeah.